Hey everyone, Andrew Morrison here. Welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. This is my secondary YouTube channel, which is all about astrology. So today's video is my astrological forecast for September 2021. Now, before I get into all of that, there are several key areas of discussion that are really important for me to go over and explain. So yes, moving forward, this will be my secondary YouTube channel. After being on this platform of YouTube for a while, and I decided that it was going to be the best decision moving forward to actually launch a secondary YouTube channel all strictly for astrology. So I love talking about the zodiac signs all the way to the full moons, new moons, and I'm very much well known for my on the point, on the target astrological predictions that I do both on a monthly basis and a yearly basis as well. And I've been putting out those astrological forecasts for actually several years now. If you are an individual watching today's video, tuning in, you understand that I've been doing those for several years now prior to pivoting to the YouTube platform in a video format. So yes, moving forward, again, this is my secondary YouTube channel, and I will be putting out several new videos actually every single week, all to do with astrology. And so on that note, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell and the like button below to be notified and updated. You want to make sure that the bell is actually turned on. Otherwise, you most likely may not actually be notified when I put out brand new future videos. So I just wanted to be on the same page about this secondary YouTube channel moving forward. And the next point of discussion is, as always, I do have a few spots available if you are wanting and really needing an astrology reading right now. I have been doing that for many years now, and the best way to schedule and book that astrology reading is actually through my professional email, which as always will be found in the description down below. And then the final note is that if you are brand new to my channel, you are brand new to me. I've actually had an astrology private Facebook group. We have people all around the world, and so I just wanted to mention that as well if that seems of interest. And the link to that private Facebook group, as always, will be found in the description down below. Now, moving into September 2021, this is going to be a very intense, very challenging month. And so as always, I always like to start off my astrology monthly forecast by backtracking into the past in my previous monthly astrology forecasts and really highlight and go over some key insights and predictions that did unfold and they did manifest and came true. So if you did tune into my August 2021 astrology forecast that I posted last month, there were actually several predictions and insights that actually came true. So first things first, I did state in my astrology forecast for August 2021 that month especially would be a high-risk month for more violence, more terrorism, aggression, anger, and so I did actually state furthermore with that prediction specifically, I did state specifically that would most likely unfold. It was looking like the second and third week of August last month, August 2021, of course. And everyone knew what happened and unfolded, of course, if you've been watching the news with Afghanistan and everything. So that was the first really major prediction that came true and unfold. And another major prediction that I also stated in my August forecast for last month that also was really big in a big event for last month was I stated in my August astrology forecast last month that last month would be a month of more extreme weather patterns and natural disasters. And I did state specifically that there would be more fires and wildfires. And last month especially, we saw fires all around the world, all the way from the West Coast, especially in California, all over the great state of California. There were so much wildfires happening last month, especially. And not only that, there were record levels of wildfires and fiery natural disasters all over Europe, actually. So that was another major prediction and insight that I wanted to go over, just as always, because I love to confirm that I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm doing, and all of that. So just because this is my secondary YouTube channel, I will leave the link to that video if you are interested in going back and watching not just my August astrology forecast, but I actually have dedicated a whole entire playlist for pretty much all of my astrology forecast ever since joining the YouTube platform on my primary other YouTube channel. So definitely give that channel a looked at and all those videos found in those playlists. All right, so moving into September 2021. So in September, we still have all of these retrograde planets in this month of September. And this is important because with all these retrograde planets right now, this really creates a huge depressive effect, not just on the world's humanity, but especially on the world's economy, which I will get into in a little bit, as well as even government affairs and political affairs as well. And so one huge event that I do foresee, unfortunately, occurring this month in September 2021 is, unfortunately, there will be this resurgence of the whole health crisis and the colds and the flus. Something, as far as the energy goes with September, and especially this fall time as well, if you are living in the US, for example, many people will feel like they are reliving the year 2020. And so the resurgence of the health crisis won't just be in September, where the health crisis, the colds and the flus will be very intense, very out of control, and very extreme. This will be happening the fall time. But another important event that's also worth mentioning that will start to shift in this month of September. So around the second half of September 2021, around September 15th, 16th, as far as some dates goes, there's a huge shift in the energy as far as there will be more lockdowns, more mandates, more restrictions, more rules, more setbacks, more delays, more frustrations, and that. Now, this is not just happening just in the United States. This is on a global spectrum, because astrology is a global language. Now, with all of these lockdowns, all of these more mandates and these restrictions and these rules, again, this is not just happening just this month of September. This really stands out in the fall time. Now, to jump back a little bit, I did state at the start of this year, 2021, in my astrology forecast for January 2021, I did state especially that this would be the year for more terrorism, warlike activity, more violence, more anger and aggression. And that has been a reoccurring theme and pattern that I have been talking about in a lot of my astrology forecasts for this year especially. And I actually do feel like there will unfortunately be more warlike activity pretty much for the rest of this year, and especially towards the end of this year as well. And some dates that really stand out, some months that stand out especially, are November and December as far as more warlike activity and aggression and that. But back to September 2021, again, on the second half, starting around the second half of September this month, unfortunately, the economy will start to suffer more. There will be more problems, more issues. And I do feel, of course, on a practical level, this will be as a result of all these lockdowns and all these rules and mandates and setbacks and delays. So I feel like that's one huge cause, of course. But all in all, I do feel like the economy will start to suffer more, and especially different sectors of the economy. So therefore, the hospitality industry, food industry, restaurant, entertainment. And not only that, I do feel like Additionally, I do feel like many businesses and corporations will also experience their own issues and problems and setbacks and frustrations with dealing with the issues of the economy. So those are some very important insights and predictions that I do feel like really stand out as far as this month especially. Now, furthermore, talking about September 2021, another huge event indeed, of course, happening this month especially is, of course, the next stimulus package if you are an American, of course, living in the US. So even if there's some delays and frustrations with getting the next stimulus package wrapped up and finalized, I do feel like, on a positive note, there will be actually more provisions, more additions eventually that will help strengthen and boost the economy in the US. So that is something positive about the next stimulus package, and something that's positive regarding September 2021, even though there's a lot of intensity this month and especially in the upcoming weeks as well. Now, furthermore, talking about September this month, September 2021, there is actually a very big, very positive and powerful new moon happening on September 6th. Now, I actually just did a video all to do with this new moon. So if you haven't checked out that video already, not to worry, I will leave the link to that video down in the description below for you to check and watch that video out. Now, on the other hand, we have a very intense full moon happening around September 20th. Now, I will be making a whole video dedicated to the upcoming full moon on September 20th. And so definitely stay tuned and check that video out. But the full moon happening on September 20th, that is, I do feel like that date, on that day or around that date especially, I do feel like that stands out as a high risk, high chance time frame of more tragedy, more tragic events and situations and circumstances. And just all in all, there's a lot of high intensity and a lot of tension around that time frame of the next full moon, again happening on September 20th. But definitely stay tuned on my channel because, again, I will be making a whole entire video on the next full moon, just because it is so big and major, and I feel like something major will happen around those dates. Now, furthermore, another huge astrological event happening and taking place in September this month, actually towards the tail end of September, is that Mercury will actually go retrograde towards the end of this month, around September 27th. Now, I will be discussing that is more so about this Mercury retrograde in my next astrology forecast for October 2021. But there is actually a lot of positive elements to the next Mercury retrograde, in the sense that I do feel like this Mercury retrograde will bring out and will bring forward more medical knowledge and wisdom and information, and a lot of medical research, especially regarding the whole health crisis. So that is something positive I do foresee unfolding, particularly with this upcoming Mercury retrograde, even though Mercury retrogrades are very notorious for bringing out a lot of issues, especially around problems around communication of all kinds. Now, furthermore, about the month of September, I do feel like, unfortunately, there will be more extremes in weather patterns, so more natural disasters, earthquakes, and just all in all, more intensity with the weather. But all in all, this month especially, and especially for the remainder of this year, is going to be very wild, very intense, and very challenging. And all in all, the energy will be feeling very heavy at times, very difficult. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, all to do with September 2021 and my astrology forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching my astrology forecast for September 2021. And if you are really needing that astrology reading, don't forget to send me an email to schedule and book that reading with me. And as always, if you are really interested in being a part of that free private Facebook group that I have for my astrology community, The link, as always, will also be found down in the description down below. Thank you again so much for watching today's video, and let me know in the comments below some feedback and what were your light bulb moments for today's video. Thank you.